Hi, I'm Owen Canfield with the opinion page of the Oklahoman, joined as I am each Friday by Mike McNutt, our Capitol correspondent, chief Capitol correspondent. Mike, I hope you like the background.
Very nice.
I don't want you changing it like they were doing all week and have done for years at the State House. You had a great story today in the paper about House members moving portraits that hang on the walls of the House chamber because when they're speaking on a bill and the in-house camera hones in on in the background, some of them had Barack Obama or someone behind over their shoulder they didn't like. Sounds like total silliness to me. How did that all wind up coming to a head, and what was the solution?
Well, it came up to a head during yesterday's, Thursday's debate on the health care reform bill.
Right.
And Representative Shelton noticed before the debate started, which of course is a criticism of President Obama's plans to reform national health care. This resolution would send to a vote of the people whether Oklahoma could opt out of the federal health care program. So before the debate, as the session started, he noticed that in the back of the chamber, President Obama is on the left-hand side of the chamber, Governor Henry's on the right, kind of like the American flag is always on the left side and state flags on the right.
Right.
But they were switched. And he said it's about the second time this happened. So before he started his debate, he's on the side of the chamber where some speakers' pictures are, and just so happens next to him is former Speaker Lance Carville, who had to resign his speakership because of some tax problems a couple of years ago. So he took that down before he started his debate. As he started his debate, he was very emotional because the switching of the pictures he thought was more than just pranks. He thought there was, whether they didn't like President Obama's policies or because he's a black president or whatever it might be. And so he made a point of it during his debate, and then earlier had filed a complaint with the Speaker of the House saying he wanted them to review surveillance tapes to see who is doing it and have an admonished of the members. Because as you say, when the members stand up, this is the first year they've done live internet feeds of House chamber action, and when about a camera will catch 4 or 5 members at once, and in the background, apparently, when these 4 or 5 representatives stood up, President Obama was in the background. Somebody didn't like it. It's either a joke or because of the difference in political philosophies or whatever it might be.
So these guys were moving pictures around.
Right, they smoothed the pictures around. So the Speaker was asked about it yesterday, and he said that he's going to permanently affix. I guess
there won't be any more of that going on.
None of that going on, because it's state property.
Well, it is, and I think these guys lose track of that. This is not their property to move around. It's state property. Leave it alone. Get over it. Move on and get some business done.
Right.
Speaking of business, there was a bunch done this week, 40 hours or so worth of debate and action in the House during 4 days. You were there for all of it. One of the interesting bills involved guns. Who can carry them? How can you carry them? Whether you can have a holster or whatever. Upshot on what came of the gun bill this week.
A lot of pressure over the past 2 years by gun rights advocates who wanted open carry, just unrestricted open carry.
Wild West, and Dodge City.
Right. Committee Chairman Sue Tibbs of Tulsa had squeezed that thing, did not want to hear it. There was an effort late in her committee to try to get an amendment attached to it. It was defeated. So when her bill came up, which would allow people to transport cars, right now if you have a concealed weapon, her bill would allow people
to on the seat of your
car.
Sure.
So the amendment was filed to have open carry. There were a couple of amendments. One was just wide open carry. Another one was those who have concealed permits could carry them openly, kind of restricted open carry.
Right.
A lot of debate, a lot of acting, a lot of maneuvering going on. On Wednesday, both those amendments failed, but the bill itself, the original bill, she eventually pulled it because she didn't want any more cantankering going along with it. Representative Duncan then put one of those amendments, which allowed people who have concealed permits to carry them openly. He attached that to one of his bills, and also another amendment was attached that would allow legislators and appellate court judges to carry their guns in the Capitol. That amendment was he pulled that amendment afterwards, after the amendment that would allow people with open concealed carry permits to carry guns openly. That was defeated. So he pulled the whole floor amendment but kept his original bill alive, which basically asked the OSBI not to release any personal information of these concealed gun permits. So he's going to work with the state senator sponsor to try to get some type of open carry now that that bill is over in the Senate.
But it'll be significantly tamer than some of those that were out there.
Probably there won't be open carry unrestricted. I think he's looking for those who already have concealed gun permits. They've already been tested. They've been gone to safety classes.
For them.
That they have the option if they want to wear it openly, carry their gun openly or not.
A couple other things that happened this week. CompSource will not be sold. It was decided that that's
not this year
happen,
anyway.
At least not right now. the state's workers' compensation insurance fund will not be sold. Also, driving while distracted, that has gained a little more traction. A bill this week expanded that not just to cell phones, but any handheld device, whether you're curling your hair or putting on your lipstick. If you're pulled over, you can be cited for that as well. You couldn't be stopped for that particular offense, but that could be tacked on to the fine if a policeman decides it's worth it. I think it's a good idea. How many people would actually get stopped for it, who knows? But I'm all for, as someone with teenage kids driving, I'm all for whatever it takes to help them to pay a little closer attention.
And that's the Senate bill, and the House bill has their version is no texting at all.
Right.
No surfing the internet on phones, and for young drivers, no use of a cell phone at all. But the Senate bill, some people don't like that or any bill, because they fear that if you get arrested, they can then seize your cell phone records and later on add that to an offense. But advocates say, look, the whole point is the kids don't listen to parents. They don't. It's
maybe they'll listen to the law.
But if you say, look, it's against the law, you can be arrested.
Right.
It's mainly a deterrent.
Right.
So we'll see what happens.
Mike, thanks for your time. Got to run. You can watch Mike on his blog, or read Mike on his blog. Watch us each week here on News OK, and read every day in the Oklahoma.